Hi there, this is Shannon with Chic and Sassy Nails by Shannon. I am starting my next mani, and this is my first mani using the new fall 2022 collection sets. These are a couple sets that I got from my fall bundle, which was available for stylists only. The launch is coming up on Tuesday, the 23rd. So we are going to grab, this is Espresso Yourself. It is like coffee inspired. It has a shimmer, so it has this metallic kind of shimmer to it. And I'm actually going to pair it up with a black glitter dip that's new called No Holding Back. That is also from the new collection. And I wouldn't normally pair, well, I guess maybe I would. Wasn't sure about the black and the brown, but this does read dark to me. And I think it'll be a cool, subtle contrast to add a little bit of glitter to this set, because I cannot just have a plain set usually without making it like a mixed mani or adding some glitter. I just wanted to show you guys, if you're new to Color Street, this is what you get in a full set: a nail file, a prep pad, and 2 sets of strips. And each set of strips has 8 strips of different sizes. So I'm going to start with this one. This is a little sheer. So I have bare nails. I don't have a base coat. You certainly can put Color Street over a base coat or a nail strengthener or something like that. I am going on a bare nail today. And then I have my nails prepped by filing them. Well, I clipped them and filed them, and then I went ahead and I gently pushed my cuticles, the cuticles back, so that, and the reason we do that is so that it doesn't get oils underneath the nail strip. And then I washed my hands really well so that they're nice and clean to start with. I am going to try to work fast. I'm actually heading out to meet some girlfriends this afternoon out of town, like an hour and 15 minutes out of town. And then we try to do this once a summer the last few years. It's a friend that I've known since kindergarten. There's 4 of us, I can't count. Have been friends since junior high, the group of us. So here, anyway, I'm going to talk a little bit about 2 things today while I'm doing this. Hopefully I can remember and stay on task. Sometimes I get focused and I forget to talk. But the first thing is nail health. I haven't really shared about this in a while. I know a lot of you know this, but we just had a refresher on nail health. You may or may not know that Color Street has started carrying some nail care items. We have an awesome remover, nail polish remover. It is a non-acetone. It has a great scent to it. Unlike so many of the removers, it's non-acetone, so it's healthier for your skin and nails. And it is made with more natural products, and it works. It is specially formulated to work amazingly with Color Street. I actually haven't tried it with anything else because I don't wear anything else, but I'm assuming it would work the same because our strips are 100% nail polish, so it would be the same as somebody using regular nail polish out of a bottle. So, but like I said, I haven't tried it. But anyway, and we also have a nail strengthener that you can also use as a base coat and a top coat. We have a cuticle oil to help keep your skin around your nails looking gorgeous, especially for those nail fees. And we have a hand lotion that has a very nice scent to it. It's a nice weight. I like it. It's not too heavy, not too thin. But anyway, I'm not going to go into depth about those as far as like all the ingredients and all the stuff, but I do have that info if you're interested. And But that's not what I'm going to talk about, because we had a little nail health reminder training. Basically nail health in a nutshell. And a couple of things stood out to me that that I know I learned. I think I forget to share it, and I don't know that everybody knows. So a couple basic things is that your nails grow from your nail matrix, which is down here, like this part. It's above this knuckle, so, or below, I guess, depends how you hold your hands, but it's between this knuckle and the nail, and that's where your nail grows from. And then this little part at the base of your nail, at the base of your nail bed, is called your proximal fold, and that is what we gently push back when we're kind of cleaning up the nail bed. But you do not want to cut that. It is living tissue, and it could get infected if you cut it. So anybody getting manicures at a salon, their technician should never cut that either. In some states, I guess it's even illegal. So we do not do that. And then your cuticles grow, they're invisible. They grow, it's like skin, kind of like growing up onto your nail bed, and that's what secretes oils and provides the moisture and the oils to your nail beds. Your nail beds are not living. They don't need to breathe, but they do, the top layer of the nail bed is slightly porous, so it does absorb moisture when you, not the whole nail, but it can absorb the moisture like when you put oils and lotions on it, which is why our nails tend to peel and get really dry when we keep our color straight, or any nail polish for that matter, on for a long time, because you're blocking the nail bed, that surface, from getting extra moisture from lotions and oils, which is what helps keep the nails on. But it is nice to moisturize in between nail applications. So you don't need to like give them a rest to breathe, but you should moisturize in between. So I like to, when I take my nails off, then that's when I do my cuticle oil and do lots of extra lotion, and then wait a couple hours and make sure you get everything off that nail bed, or do it the night and do it the next day, do the mani the next day kind of thing. So that is a good little system to get into, is to give your nails moisturizer a chance to like rejuvenate that so they don't get too dried out. Also, if you're noticing your nails are peeling and drying, you could try not wearing your color straight for so long at a time. So they do have a little more often. You can take that break in between and moisturize it. I know they can last for 2 weeks, even longer. That doesn't mean we need to. So, plus, a lot of people have so many sets. If you wear them for that long, you're not using your new sets. So, all right, I'm cranking through this. I really love this color. Look at that. I love how it has that sheen to it. It has this metallic look. It is cool. All right. And what else was I going to say? I think that was it. That was kind of the stuff from the training that I forget. Oh, and we do get, our nails get nourishment from what we take in our bodies, from internally, not from, that's what the majority of the nail health is on. So nail health can actually indicate some illnesses or conditions. So that's kind of an interesting thing to know. So if you ever notice something weird, different with your nails than normal, you might want to get that checked out by a medical professional, obviously. The nail health, we actually have a nail health. You can hear my puppy's barking. He does not like that I'm in here with the door closed and he cannot come in here. But the kids are supposed to be walking him. So I don't know what the deal is. That might have been them slamming the door, because anyway. So then yeah, I've heard a couple stories from we have a nail health group, and I've heard a couple stories of people getting like black marks or things that they noticed with their nail, and then going to a doctor and finding out it was, something bigger going on. So don't ignore your nails. This is going to be too short for this nail, isn't it? Let's see. It's always super close. It's always really short right at the tip. I wonder if I can stretch that over the tip enough. It's like just barely not enough. I might have to put a glitter dip. I don't usually do my glitter dips on that finger. Maybe I'll just trim that little part of my nail. It's really short though. I don't know. I'll see if how it bugs me. I'll decide later on that one. I'm being stingy, and I didn't want to open a new or take a new strip out. I probably should have, because it has a little bit of the middle of the tip missing, but I'm thinking I could file that a little shorter, or clip it with the clippers. It's just that little tip. It's so barely. I should have just pushed it up a little bit, started it a little bit higher. I have some excess here. Let's keep that folded under. Oh, and now my kids are gonna fight because my oldest daughter is quite slow at getting anything done. They just move at their own pace, and they're waiting to go walk the dogs together. So, all right, anyway. The other thing I want to talk about is today is my wedding anniversary. This is our 22nd wedding anniversary. We have been married. I thought I would share a little bit about my hubby and our little story of how we met and all that fun stuff, because I need something to share as I do this. And actually, I'm almost done, so this might be a short version. But we met in high school. I was 15. He was 17. I was a sophomore. And he was a junior. And we actually had, I guess, in the beginning of that year, in the fall, we had PE, gym, we called it back then. My kids call it PE now, physical education, whatever. So, but he was a junior, and he was the only junior in our sophomore PE class, because he had just not taken it the year before, and he had to take it once. So, sorry, don't do true nails with my thumbs because they are too big. All right, so, and that was a matter of, I noticed who he was, and was like, asked my friend who he was, and she's just like, oh, my sister who was a grade older knew him, and blah, blah, blah. So he thought I was dating somebody in our gym class who I was just friends with. So anyway, fast forward to December, and it was the first day, or the last day of school, right before like our winter Christmas break. And couple of my good friends were on the girls varsity basketball game or team. So I went to the game with two of my other friends who drove at the time, because they were 16 and had their license, and I did not. Rode with them at the game, noticed Joe, my husband, and he was sitting by himself, and I went down and started talking to him and basically flirting, I guess. And he had just his girlfriend had just broken up with him, and she was actually on the basketball team, and he still went to the game because that's what he had been planning on doing. And we talked like the whole game. I ended up, this is like lovely part, because now that being a parent, I'm like, oh my gosh. I ended up driving home. So I had my permit, and we were talking about, I don't know, driving probably. And he had been in a car accident. He had gotten rear-ended and actually totaled his car, but he had his dad's car. And we were talking about his dad's car being a stick shift, and I was super proud, and I was flirting at the time, I guess. And I was like, oh, I can drive a stick, because I had learned on a manual, because that's what my parents had at the time. So somehow I ended up driving his car to a local little like grocery store that had like video rentals at the time, really small, and then helped him pick out a movie, except he was so surprised that there were so many movies I hadn't seen. And then he dropped me off back at the high school, where I met my friends that were playing in the game. And then like we had a sleepover at my one friend's house. But like so many things I did. I was like, I shouldn't have, I mean, it was totally illegal to ride with him at the time, because I didn't have my license and he was only 17 and whatever. Plus, it was his dad's car, and nothing happened. We were fine. And then my girlfriends and I was like super all giddy and telling them about him. And then my one friend actually the friend that we were staying over at her house, I believe, was, hold on, I gotta open this up, lived in his neighborhood. So she like drove me by his house, and I totally was like stalking him. And then it was Christmas, and I was all like, Joe, and telling my parents about this boy I had met, and he was older, and then I was all sad, because I'm like, oh, I'm not going to see him, because it's break, and now we're not in school. And then, my friend Jessie, one of the ones who played basketball, we were getting together, and we decided to go up to where he worked. He worked at a local pizza place. So we went and had dinner. My parents were gone, and then the plan was she was going to come over to my house and watch a movie after. And she drove us, and then we were at the pizza place, and of course he came, and he was like waiting on our table and was acting all cool. And I guess I found out too that he had told his best friend, who also worked at the pizza place, about me. So it was all cute, and and then another thing I did, as like now that thinking about it as a parent, I've invited him back to my house with Jesse after his shift to come watch a movie with us. So he came over. My parents were not home, and then Jesse had left to go home, and he was still at my house. I don't know if we were finishing a movie, and my parents come home and are like, who is this guy? But they were cool. And then and they had heard about him, because I had been talking about him. I might need more, because these glitter dips are a little shorter. So I don't know. Oh, I did do that one. That was not my plan originally, but now I ended up doing that one. Silly me. That's going to be too short. So I'm going to grab another one out of here. I'll just use this one. And then basically we started like talking and hanging out and exchanged phone numbers and talked all the time on the phone. Back then I had if you guys remember, there was you see it all the time in like pictures of like the 80s or 90s. It was like that see-through corded phone. It had all like the neon pieces like inside. It was like made of neon pieces for some reason, because it was cool, I guess. And then, I totally had that phone. But anyway, I'd like lay in my room and talk on my corded phone. And I was like super lucky, because my dad worked for the phone company, and we had 2 phone lines. So my brother and I had our own line, and then my parents had a line, so I could talk on the phone for a long time and not get in trouble, because it was separate. That was a benefit of the phone company, I guess. And then we had our first date with my friend Jessie as well. And because I guess I wasn't really supposed to date, but so our first date was with Jesse, and we all went to a movie. And I remember we saw The Bodyguard with Whitney Houston and Kevin Costner, and it was R. And we totally, the people at the movie theater who probably our age wouldn't let us in, wouldn't let us get tickets because it was R. And a lady behind us with like younger kids who was also going to that movie totally bought our tickets for us. And then the people at the movie theater were like, you have to sit with them. And she's like, fine. And it was so weird. And it was 3 of us. So that was funny. And then, okay, so I'm going to try, I don't do reverse glitter dips very often, but I wanted to try it. So I'm going to do, I don't know if it'll show up very well, but we're going to try. So I like to trace something. So I like to, why don't I just do this? Why don't I just put this here? I'm just going to cut it a little bit lower so that I like having that curve. All right, so I'm going to cut off some of the sparser area. Actually, hold on. I'm going to need to do this more up here in order to get it to look like, how long is my nail? I don't want to cut too much, but I don't want to cut not enough either, so hold on. Maybe I should do this reverse. Maybe I should just put it on. I've never actually, I don't know if I've ever done the reverse tips. Now I cut it, so it's kind of weird. Hold on. I want it sparse at the top, so I'm going to put my strip on reverse. Ugh, everything's sticking. This is weird because I haven't done this before. I have no idea if this is how people do it, actually, because I've never done it this way. It's like super sticky. Oh, there. All right. Well, that'll work. That's one way to do it. I have no idea if that's how people do it. That's funny. I guess I have seen people lay it like this in graphics. So anyway, after our first date, he did take me out on a date with just the 2 of us, and we went out on New Year's Eve that year. So, and then by like January 6th, I remember that was like the day that we talked on the phone and decided to be like exclusively dating. So that was it. That's the history. We started dating when I was 15. I turned 16 that March. And then we have been together ever since. We waited to get married until I finished college, which was in 2000, which is why my 22nd anniversary is today, because I finished college in 2000, and he still had several years of school left because he ended up changing colleges and taking some time off and working, and he ended up working and working the whole time he did grad school and actually his undergrad. He ended up with his associate's degree, his bachelor degree in science, I believe, for architecture, and then his master's in architecture. So he was in school for like 10 years. So we waited. Oh, I like the reverse better, but I like them both. So I don't know. How did I end up doing this hand first this time? Anyway, all right, we're going to do the same thing where we'll just apply it first and then clean it up. That worked out good. All right, I'm not even like paying attention to my mani. I really like how this is turning out. So this is my anniversary mani. We are going to go out. I surprised him. So I'm surprising my husband with a hotel room tomorrow night and a dinner out. And I am not very good at keeping secrets. And I actually wanted help wanted his opinion on picking out the restaurant and making sure the work was okay. He was okay with like leaving work early, so I ended up telling him last night. But it's still a surprise. He still was surprised, and it'll still be fun to go out for a night. We never do that. So we're gonna go to have some seafood and stay at a fancy new hotel. So I'm excited. So watch for those pictures. And then yeah, so I had to have some new nails to do that, or for tonight. And I love these dark colors. So I'm super excited. These are, like I said, these are the first two fall sets that I'm trying. I hadn't seen this combo yet. I don't know if somebody's done it. Maybe they have by now. But I am digging it. If that's... And I'm just going to do the two nails. I totally usually do these two nails, so I have no idea why I did that. It works out fine because then it helps protect the tip of that one that wasn't the full length. I could do more with the reverse. I don't know. Do I want more with the reverse glitter? I think I'm going to leave it be. I don't know. Do I want more glitter? I like the mixed look where I do some plain and some glitter. I usually do that. So, all right, let's just push everything down nicely. And then I will, what was I going to say? Oh, one of the reasons that these are the two nails colors I picked. I love these. These are two of my favorite, two of probably my 4 favorite sets from the fall. And I actually didn't think to pair them together at first, but I do like it. I like the black over the brown kind of espresso-y metallic-y color. Okay, I think it kind of pops. I think it's fun. All right, so what I was going to say is I did mystery grab bags in my VIP group. And so I got rid of a bunch of, I think I had 16 or 17 sets that I got rid of from my bundles. And I totally had my daughter, we had the sets all upside down, and I would grab a name from somebody who had purchased a bundle, and then she just grabbed a set and we paired them up. And I wasn't looking at them. And I didn't write them down, unfortunately. And then I started packaging them up and realized I needed to know what I sent people. So there's about 4 or 5 people that I messaged that, like, once they get their package, they need to send me their, which set I got them, so I can keep track for my inventory. And then, also, though, that left me with sets that I didn't take the ones I wanted out, so I did lose one of the sets that I was thinking of wearing, but that's okay. I was super tempted to keep it and switch them, and then I'm like, nope, we're keeping it like I did it. So you guys are lucky. You got a couple of my favorites, but I did have these 2 left, and that's what I went with. So I hope you guys like it, and I hope you guys are excited for the new fall collection. Reminder, it's coming on Tuesday, August 23rd, 10:30 a.m. Central Time. Join my VIP group. Link is in the comments if you want to see more previews. There's a ton there. Lots of nail fees already because Stylist got our sets early. So have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.